supervisor at a company, and a field worker has come in late multiple times, breaking the company policy, but he is one of the best, hardest workers on your crew. How do you address this worker? Do you overlook the tardiness and unreliability, or discipline and fire him as per company policy?
Okay, thank you, Kayla. It's an interesting question. Class, my name is Andrew Ferguson, and basically the question I've been asked is I'm a supervisor at a plant, and I've got an employee that is repeatedly doing what Timmy did this morning, and just being an all-around, or kind of slacking overall. And so I'm actually going to jump back to what James said. I think while rules need to be followed, yes, perspective is very important. And so being that, like you said, this employee has a really good track record of working hard, I would say that this behavior is probably not in line with that track record. So it'd probably be good as a supervisor to like check in on my employee and make sure that things in their personal life are like okay. Maybe the tardiness is like problems at home or sickness, or it could be so many different things. So I think to make sure of that before deciding the proper course of action would be ideal. And then at that point, maybe there could be some sort of, what's the word that I'm looking for? Chastisement is a bad word for that, but you know what I'm trying to go with, right? Like we've got some sort of discipline or whatever, the company policy would need to be followed so that fairness is upheld. But maybe if it were caused by something else, you would need to go into the full route of actually firing that employee. Yeah.
So this employee is your workhorse. They're your hardest worker, but they're showing up late and everything. What if it starts to affect, I suppose, the employee culture, to where your other employees who look to that employee as a leader start to follow his or her example and start showing up late and everything, but they're not nearly the amount of a workhorse as that employee is?
Gotcha. So at that point, I think it's important that you leave no stone unturned, so to say, like make sure that you address every problem specifically. So after speaking with that specific employee to figure out what it is that they've got going on and how they can improve themselves and their working more recently, I would then address like the entire employee pool, I guess, right? Whatever like division that would be, to address them as a whole and to be like, hey guys, we gotta pick it up here. We've been slacking in the past couple months, weeks, whatever.
Gotcha.
Yeah, James?
Yeah, I just wanted to say, I thought Colin's point is a good one, especially if it's like shift work, because then somebody might have to stay late to make up for the fact that this guy is showing up late.
Right. Yeah, and that, I think time is another aspect that should be paid attention to. Like, I would say that this isn't something you would want to put off for a long period of time. It's probably something you would want to address like pretty quickly as it's happening, right? Tim?
Does your answer change at all if it's not him showing up late? Say he's breaking safety protocol, he's not calling lockout, tagout or something because he thinks he knows what he's doing. Would your answer change at all?
Yeah, I think at that point it might be a bit of a different issue, right? As opposed to like, that maybe wouldn't fall in line with someone who's been a fantastic employee in the past, right? So that might be a different thing to tackle. And then I think that it doesn't change that you need to first seek to understand. So to ask that person, like if they're breaking a safety protocol, like, hey, why are you doing this? And maybe they have something similar to James's question where they think that something could be done a better way. And if that's the case, you could actually take the time to listen and understand what that is. And then if they're wrong, you can let them know they're wrong and they got to follow a safety procedure. Any other questions? All right, thanks guys.
Thank you, Andrew.